President Cyril Ramaphosa, who was in the National Council of Provinces last week, where he dismissed claims that he's linked to the controversial businessman. We use the term businessman very lightly in this podcast. Morgan Hangwani Maumela. This is, of course, the man linked to the Tembisa Hospital corruption, linked to the allegations of Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, and, of course, the Special Investigative Unit raiding his Sandhurst home and walking and carting away at least 4 Lamborghinis, Silence of the Lambos. But the president has been beleaguered with claims that Morgan Maumela is, in fact, his relative. The presidency, in form of the president's spokesperson, Vincent Magwenya, and the president, trying to clarify by saying there was a time where me as Cyril Ramaphosa was married to a woman. I no longer continued with that woman, but only later discovering that the woman's brother had a son, and that son was Morgan Maumela. So at one point of my life, I was related by marriage to this individual, but 2 marriages later, he says many years later, he was introduced to this man, in fact, outside his home in Sandhurst, and that is when he only found out that this man is, in fact, a relative. Is the president doing enough damage control here, or is he putting up a credible explanation?
I know people on the internet like to say that I'm a Cyril defender, but I have to come to Cyril's defense once again. He is on his 3rd marriage now. And when you look at the facts, this was his first wife, who he had only been married to for, if I'm not mistaken, 4 years. He got married to his first wife, his nephew, as the media is now describing it, was only 5 at the time. When he got subsequently divorced from his first wife, the nephew was 9. Cyril has since then had 2 other marriages. I do not think, and a lot of people are coming out and saying, well, you know what? You're wanting me to believe that this is some big coincidence, that now years later he was introduced to this man, found out that they ran in the same political circles, he then gets involved with the Tembisa Hospital scandal. Yes, politics, and you can attest to this, it is so incestuous. Everyone in politics is 2 degrees of separation away from each other. And I'm not negating that I think the president played a role, and the government structure currently as it is allowed the Tembisa Hospital scandal to happen. I think that there's no faulting there. Do I think that this is some large-scale conspiracy theory that Cyril Ramaphosa is now subsequently involved in because of his nephew once removed 2 marriages ago? Absolutely not.